Man, it is a tough time to be a buyer right now. With inventory as low as it is and the competition as fierce as it is, maintaining a level head and making sure that you're making decisions logically and rationally and not doing anything irrationally is really difficult. And I hope that with the clients that I'm working with right now, we're able to be competitive while also not mortgaging our future and both financial and housing future. It's tough. And buying a house in Northern Colorado is like almost anywhere else in the country right now. Supply is extremely low, demand is high, and new construction is not necessarily fitting in the necessary houses that are demanded right now because of all the issues that they're having. But that's what this video is going to talk to you guys about, is buying a house in Northern Colorado in 2021. What's up, everybody? This is Patrick Soukup with Soukup Real Estate Services here in Fort Collins, Colorado. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing if what you're looking at learning is everything Fort Collins and Northern Colorado. Eating, sleeping, playing, working, traveling, whatever, you name it, I'm going to talk to you guys and hopefully help you guys understand a little bit better. And if at the end of this video you've enjoyed the content, give it a thumbs up. Engage, comment, interact. I appreciate you guys that do. I really enjoy it. And as much as we like making these YouTube videos, we like more working with buyers, sellers, and investors for all their real estate needs here in Fort Collins and in Northern Colorado. Without any further delay, let's jump into today's video about buying a house in Northern Colorado in 2021. Enjoy. So as we've discussed, Northern Colorado is divided by two counties, Larimer County, Weld County, each with very, distinguished and different socioeconomics, political, geographical boundaries and characteristics. We've talked about that in previous videos. High level though, housing is really dictated by a couple of things, population and economics. Is your population growing and are the people there able to afford, or is their employment base strong enough for them to afford renting and or buying? So first and foremost, we need to understand that the population in Larimer County is about 360,000 people and Weld County is 340,000 people, or combined about 700,000. We're growing at a pace where we should eclipse 1 million people here, no later than really 2030, and from there continue to grow. That's only 8 years away. That's an extra 300,000 people in our small kind of Northern Colorado area. From there, our median income actually is about $74,000 in Weld County versus $71,000 in Larimer County. It's really not enough to afford some of the median prices that are happening right now. And that's for a family. So a dual working family is absolutely necessary. If you're gonna be living here in Northern Colorado, unless you are making yourself about $75,000 to $100,000, the majority of people are having to do a dual income household to afford, renting and or buying. Honestly, the biggest thing is coming up with a down payment to afford to buy a house here in Northern Colorado. So those are the two main drivers of our housing demand here in Northern Colorado. Is our population's growing. You could name one of 20 different reasons why that might be. A lot of people that are reaching out to me coming from anywhere from North Carolina, Virginia, Chicago, California, Florida, Indiana. A lot of them are coming here because either their kids are going to CSU or CU, or that they've stopped through here and are wanting to spend their retirement years here. Whatever the reason might be, Northern Colorado, the secret's out and a lot of people are looking to move here. So our population is going to continue to grow. Our housing demand will continue to rise. Supply just isn't necessarily there right now. What we do need though is high paying jobs and incomes to help support those housing prices continue to increase, because we are going to see property values, or properties increase in value. So your mortgage and down payment's gonna increase. But we're also seeing insurance increase because, hailstorms happen and insurance companies, they're in the business to make money. And if we're doing a claim every 3 to 5 years because of hail, and that claim's a $20,000 roof, they have to offset some of their expenses by increasing premiums. So our insurance is increasing. And with the removal of the Gallagher Amendment, our property taxes will also increase. So all things considered, right now we have very favorable insurance rates, very favorable property taxes. And although our housing prices are extremely high because of interest rates, the mortgages themselves are still relatively affordable. But all those things considered, affordability is still going to be an issue moving forward into the future, not just for Fort Collins and Northern Colorado, but for everywhere, for any states. Houston with their flooding and property taxes in different areas like the Midwest are extremely high. So take all things into consideration as far as the affordability factor. But population and income are going to be two major drivers that you need to take into consideration for what is keeping that housing market healthy. Which, real quickly, property taxes in Larimer County versus Weld County will be a little bit different, about a 5 to 6% difference. So on a $450,000 house here in Larimer County, you'd expect to have about a property tax of $2,450. Whereas in Weld County, for that same $450,000 house, your property taxes should be about $2,300. Now, one of the big things that's happening here in Northern Colorado is metro districts. What these are special taxing districts that developers are using to build out their developments. Essentially, they're putting together bonds that they sell to raise funds to put in streets, curbs, gutters, green belts, kind of HOAs of sorts. And you could see a 50% increase in property taxes in those areas. So we use a mill levy to determine what property taxes are. And let's just say in Fort Collins, there's a general mill levy of about 100 mills. Well, in a metro district, you could see 150 mills for that same house that's in a special taxing district. Now, that does kind of take place within the HOAs to a certain extent, so your HOAs won't be as high, but your property taxes will increase. So when you're looking at buying in Larimer County and Weld County, Northern Colorado, be sure to look at the metro district and how it's performing, what its kind of ins and outs are, because it will affect the affordability of that home on a monthly basis. So we've talked about kind of the base economics of what's going to allow Northern Colorado to continue to be a thriving housing market moving forward into the future. And we've also talked about, the increased cost of insurance and property taxes, home values, interest rates, depending on what they do, who knows what. But here are some hard statistics of what it looks like of buying a house in Northern Colorado thus far in 2021. So on a rolling 12-month average, now this is as of March 2021, a rolling 12-month average, median sales price in Larimer County, $449,000 versus $395,000 in Weld County. In Larimer County, you should expect to see about 5,000 to 6,000 houses sell a year, and in Weld County, 7,000 to 7,500 houses sell. Whereas the actual month of March 21, not a rolling 12-month average, but the month of March, the median sales price was $477,000 in Larimer County versus $420,000 in Weld County. That is about $184 per square foot in Larimer and $169 per square foot in Weld County. 545 homes sold in Larimer County versus 649 homes sold in Weld County in the month of March. So high level, you're gonna see a more affordable property for a better value in Weld County and more homes come onto the market. Now, we discussed what Larimer and Weld counties include as far as Greeley, Evans, Brigsdale, Johnstown, Windsor and Weld County, and Fort Collins, Loveland, Wellington, Estes Park, and Larimer County. So those are some of the areas that you can see some of those prices and what that would, some expectations moving into those areas. Now those are a month behind and the market is moving fast and furious. So it is important to stay as up to date as possible as we are just about to enter May. And so April data will come out here soon and we'll need to take a look at what that is. So you know what the median price of the houses are in Larimer versus Weld County, 477 versus 420,000 in Weld. How much home could you get for that? And we looked at plus or minus $10,000 either way and came up with some averages. Well, in Larimer County, you could get a 4-bed, 3-bath, 2-car garage. That property is going to sit on the market for about 27 to 43 days, built in 1990 to 2000, about 24 to 2,600 square feet. Finished square footage would be about 2,000 to 2,200 on about 0.2 to 0.3 acres. So not too bad of a house in Larimer County. Well, what about Weld County? Same thing. 4-bedroom, 3-bath house, 2-car garage, days on market still 29 days, so not very much. Built a little bit newer, 2000 to 2010, 25 to 2,600 square feet, and about 22 to 2,300 square feet. So you're gonna get a little bit more house, a little bit more finished square footage, similar size lots for about a 10% reduction in price from 477 to 422. So those are some expectations to take into consideration. The median price, what are you going to get for that median price? Keep that as an expectation, because I am working with some buyers right now from, the Southwest, and they're coming from 3 to 5 acres and 3,500 square feet. And yes, they're kind of out in the boonies, but they're expecting to come in here and buy a house in Fort Collins, and they're getting, a 1/4 acre with 2/3 of the house. So it is more expensive to be here. It is a massive lifestyle decision to live here in Northern Colorado, especially if you're coming from kind of a place with more affordable homes, Southwest, Texas, Alabama, Louisiana, areas such as that. So take that into consideration and setting expectations. If you are not living under a rock and are at least having conversations with friends or family that are in the real estate market, it is hot, it is fast and furious, it is difficult, it is kind of depressing, honestly, to work with some of these buyers, because we're offering on 3, 5, 10 houses before we go under contract, all while maintaining this level, trying to maintain this level-headedness, this logic, and not necessarily act irrationally. So I wanted to create this video for you buying a house in Northern Colorado in 2021 to set some expectations. It's still a great time to buy. We historically see 5 to 6% appreciation, and I don't necessarily see that changing. Some concerns are interest rates, property taxes, cost of insurance, how quickly the houses are going to appreciate, new construction. We're going to be making a video about the issues, the crazy issues that new construction's seeing. But if we can't get that new construction to help fill the void of this supply and demand imbalance, well, that's what's causing all of this kind of craziness. I expect it, I should say, to calm down here in the near future. But for right now, it's very difficult, and it's something to go into it with eyes wide open and setting those expectations as a buyer. It's still a great place to buy, live, and enjoy. It's just a matter of having that right mindset. Hopefully this video has helped you understand what it's like buying a house in Northern Colorado in 2021. If you have any questions, again, give me a call, text, email, whatever works for you. I've got your back when it comes to moving to Northern Colorado. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take care.